It's time for the podcast.
Time for the podcast. And I thought we'd start by sharing a new Japanese cafe. This is the place where they have owl cafes, capybara cafes. I've been to one of those.
Underpants cafe.
What's that?
You can buy used underpants in the vending machines.
You know what? I think that's an urban myth. I've been to Japan many times over many years and I've never seen that.
You've been looking for the used underpants.
I've been trying to sell mine. They also have cafes where you can go and pat cats, all kinds of stuff. Actually, it's interesting. I went to the capybara one.
Mm-hmm. What's a capybara again?
It's a South American, looks like the size and shape of a wombat with like a slightly pointier nose.
But they can be a little bit dangerous.
Well, think the actor Glenn Powell. They look a bit like that. Their eyes are a little bit close together. And on the, it looks like it's going to be funny and cute. But when you get there, they're inside a bath that was tiled. And I know they're probably only there for a couple of hours a day. You'd like to think so, but I felt a bit uncomfortable about it. It wasn't the fun experience I thought it would be. I felt sorry for these creatures. Mm-hmm. There was water and they could sort of lie in that, but people were sitting around patting them and things like that. I don't know. But this is one that I think
maybe the capybara's into it though, because out in the wild, it's probably fair pickings.
Dreams of a tiled bath.
It's out there, it'll be fair pickings, and then maybe it's a thing.
Maybe it is a thing. Maybe they come back and say to their mates, I've been on a holiday in Japan. You're not going to believe how easy it is there. Someone will pat you get all this food. You lie in a bath. It's going to be okay.
You don't have to worry.
Well, what about this cafe?
If you're a procrastinator, this one's for you, because this Tokyo cafe won't let you leave until you finish all your work. When you arrive, you'll write down your work goal and your target completion time. The cafe's owner will regularly check up on your progress, offering encouragement and even handing out sweets as a reward for staying on track. A unique and rewarding concept. This is Manuscript Writing Cafe in Koenji.
Right.
Yeah. So if you have to do something, you go there and rather than faffing around, they know what your task is and you're not allowed to leave till you've done it. They tell you, look, you've been here an hour. How have you gone? Okay, good girl. Here's some lollies. Interesting, isn't it? Are you a procrastinator? Would you need something like this?
I am a bit of a procrastinator, but then I shame myself into getting stuff done.
Because I think you're pretty good. If someone writes you a letter or you need to respond to something, you action it straight away.
Yeah, I don't like to leave stuff around.
I don't like to. But I do.
You do.
I do. And then I get angsty about it. I don't return phone calls and then get anxious that I haven't returned phone calls, but I feel overwhelmed with the thought of it. If I'd just done it first of all, I'd feel a lot better. And what were you like at school? Do you remember school? You were almost finished.
I was constantly just always
last minute, leaving everything to the last minute?
Trying to get some project done. And I'd get one project done and then they'd say, well, here's another project.
Well, that's what school is.
But that was done. And I'm so, hang on, I just finished this one. It just never stopped.
You gave me one in year one and that'll do me.
Yeah, come on. Cuisinart, what was it?
Cuisinart rods?
Cuisinart rods.
That's where your education stopped.
That's where my amazing ability with maths came from.
But isn't it funny that when you're at school, you think, once I leave school, I'll never have to do homework ever again. I went to uni and I thought, once I leave uni, I'll never have this last minute, late at night homework ever again.
Yep.
Our jobs are filled with homework.
Yep.
If you've got, whether it's TV, radio, and most people in their jobs, they have things they have to do. And you can put things off and put things off. But the same skill set, the way you approached it at school, it's the same way I do it now. Terrible. Exactly. I leave it to the last minute and angst about
Remember, you were given an advance to write a book, weren't you?
Oh.
And that went for ages. Oh. It's like years.
I had small children. And so when finally the book was finished, I had to go back and change everything about it because I said that their ages were 5 and 7. And by then they were 12 and 14.
Exactly. They had facial hair.
I know. So did I by then. An old Rip Van Winkle beard from sitting at my desk.
Yeah. It's Jonesy Amanda's cutting room floor. Are you ready for more?
Onto the cutting room floor. What have we got today?
Have you heard of the football team, soccer team as we would call it, Nottingham Forest?
No.
No, and that's because they're not big high achievers. They're sort of middle of the rankings, I guess. They're not big stars. They're known as the low budget overachievers. They try and do their best, but they're not the best paid stars. They're not up there with all the great soccer stars. So there's a pub in UK that thought it was pretty safe to give away a free pint for every goal that they scored against Brighton over the weekend, because Nottingham Forest were not expected to beat Brighton.
Right.
So anyway, what happened is they went on to score 7 goals and the poor old pub had to give away 300 beers.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep, the promotion backfired. They scored 7 goals, forcing the family-run business to give away as I said, 300 pints.
Wow.
It worked out that patrons were able to get a fresh pint every 13 minutes.
Oh, that is terrible.
The landlady has said, I was upstairs feeding my baby when I heard the first goal go in, then the second quickly afterwards. I'd just come downstairs when the third went in. I thought, God, here we go. When the final whistle went, I said, phew.
Thank the Lord. She would have had to break it out the breast for the rest of the punters.
Open your mouths. I'll stand behind the bar. Everyone gets a squirt.
Oh, that happens, though. Has that you ever had anything like that?
No, how about you?
Well, a friend of mine, she ran a local footy side, and they used to have a man of the match prize and entitled you to some Guzman. Anyway, they gave her all these vouchers, and she didn't think much of it. And then when the year finished from the football, there was like a bunch of vouchers left. So she'd just give them to her kids. She's going, just take them. She thought that they would use them responsibly.
Oh, what happened?
So much so that the guy from Guzman rang up and said, you're going to send me broke. Oh. The kids are always coming up. It's not even football season. It's summer.
Oh.
These kids are coming up with Guzman vouchers.
Yeah.
You're not using it responsibly.
Well, remember that.
And Guzman's is $1 billion empire.
Remember that radio competition where the guy thought he'd try and save the company from having to give out money? The birthday wheel.
That was a guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
many years ago. And he was trying to do the right thing because you can't rig this stuff.
Yep. So the wheel on the wheel, it had so your birth year and then the month. So you would say, okay, for argument's sake, you're born February 25, 1962.
Yeah. And
okay.
I'd say.
So you ring up?
I'd ring up.
Yep. And I'd say, okay, Amanda, when were you, right, so we've
1862.
So we've got to spin the wheel, and if it lands on February, you get some money, right?
Yeah.
So spin the wheel, and you get like say $1,000.
Right.
Were you born in February? Yes, I was. Okay, now we're playing for $10,000.
And if the date is right?
Yeah, and so spins it up.
25th of Feb.
And no, the year.
Okay, so the date didn't matter.
The date didn't matter. That was just how you got the person on.
Okay.
Then you spin the wheel.
Right.
It lands on February. You get $1,000.
Right.
Spin it again. If it goes on your birth year,
you get $10,000.
$10,000.
Wow.
So this guy is sitting there, and he's one of those old school. Hey, radio announcer, let's play Quinn the Eskimo. Anyway, so he shat his pants. He's thinking,
is that the prize?
It's like it's his money. It's not. If the radio station can't afford the competition, don't.
Having said that, we've all been in situations where money goes off and you get in trouble, and you go, "Well, we're having a competition, or we're not."
Exactly, and that's what I say to them. So he's spun the wheel, and he's looked at it, and it's landed on 1962, and he said, "This lady sounds older than 1962. I'm gonna change it to 1958. So he says, okay, Amanda of Amandatown, were you born on February 25, 1958?
And what were the chances?
It's landed on 1962. And she says, yes, I was. So it was.
He'd gone out of his way to save the company.
Yeah, and instead.
Torpedoed himself.
What a damn idiot.
What a damn idiot.
I mean, he doesn't work in the business anymore.
No, and there are so many.
Selling carpet tiles.
There are so many checks and balances these days. Remember when we used to have a radio competition and we'd get people, our studios used to be next door to the Bible Society. We'd get them to come in and verify what we were doing. You have to legally check all this stuff so clearly now.
Oh, the amount of dodgy competitions I've been involved in. I remember one radio station I worked at, the manager rigged it so he would win the big screen TV.
You were joking.
Yeah. And he said to us, so he got caught. And one night, it's like Thursday night, and he called me into his office. I used to do the drive show. And he said, look, there's been a bit of a kerfuffle with the McDonald's secret code word TV. I went, oh, what? And then I'm instantly thinking it's something I've done wrong. You haven't written down, because you'd have to answer the phone yourself and you'd write down the code number and the person's respective address. And there's a lot of mucking around. So I just, whatever. And so as it turned out, this is how he started the conversation. He said, last year's Christmas party was dreadful. And I said, it wasn't that bad. And he goes, no, there was no beers and there was, no food. And he said, so what I thought I'd do was I'd rig the competition.
And then put that money back towards
towards you guys.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'd sell the big screen rear projection TV.
Yeah. Buy a big bag of cheesels.
The cheesels are on me. So at that point, I put my feet on his desk and lit up a cigarette.
Because you're just thinking,
And I
has
said,
he been caught? Has he been caught?
Well, mate, you've got yourself an interesting pickle. I was quite happy to keep it all on the down low, but the girls in the office hated him, so they ratted him out and he got the sack.
Yeah.
And then I left the radio station anyway.
Is this man you?
No, goodness, no. I have never, in my life, been dodgy with a competition.
No, you can't afford to be.
We have to. I've known what the secret sound is. I've known what the mystery amount is. All those
But
things.
it's also so much easier to tell people you don't because you just don't want to be asked about
And
it.
I do. I just say, I got no idea. As if they tell me.
Yeah.
And people, actually, they accept that.
They go, yeah, right, he's an idiot. You've seen how big his TV is, though.
With Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Get ready, everybody. Here is some more of Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah.
It's time to check out the cutting room floor, Amanda.
What's on the cutting room floor today? I've given it a buff along with my pelvic floor, so where does that leave us?
You've got a very buff pelvic floor.
That's what's been said.
You know, there should be a bodybuilding competition for that. Your pelvic floor.
Where people lift with their pelvic floor.
What? Yeah, or maybe just show it off.
Oh, come on. let's not go down.
I'm not coming on anything.
What have we got?
When you see dinosaurs,
I'm not that old.
and when you see dinosaurs in the movies and the like, and you see them chomping into stuff, do you recall what their meat colour is?
What?
When a dinosaur
Do
bites.
I recall?
When a dinosaur bites into another one, I was just thinking in Jurassic Park and the like.
Like you're saying, if you sawed a dinosaur in half,
Yeah.
what colour meat would it have?
What colour would the meat be?
It'd be red meat.
Well, this is the online debate at the
What
moment.
else would it be?
Are dinosaurs red meat or are they white meat?
Some of them have come from the birds.
Yeah,
Have
that's what I
evolved,
mean. Yeah,
and that's
the
probably-
avian variety.
That would be white meat. Mm-hmm. But not all of them are birds. I think they're not all the same thing, are they? I mean, a T-Rex is different to a pterodactyl.
A pterodactyl. is a
Pterodactyl
bird.
would be terribly. That's what I mean. Not all of them are birds. Pterodactyl, I reckon, would still be red meat. And it would be terrible eating. It'd be gamey and be bony.
Okay. But back
Because I
to
think you get quite a bit of flesh from a T-Rex
But
with
when
his
you-
big thighs.
when you at Christmas time, is anyone eating the leg?
I'd skin it first, so fatty.
But I just find that curious.
So some people think it'd be white meat.
Yeah, there's a debate, online debate. There's an online debate about it.
What do you think?
Well, I thought straight away red meat, but then I thought, wait, is that when you cook it? So when you cook turkey or chicken or poultry products, it does come out white.
I think it'd be like a cow. I think a dinosaur would be like a cow. Or maybe
Yeah.
some of them are white, some of them are red. The birdish ones would
The
go
birdish
white.
ones? Okay.
The ones that aren't birdish.
So a brontosaurus, to me, that doesn't seem birdish.
Which one's the brontosaurus?
That's the one that's like Fred Flintstone slides down when he's finished
that would
his
be
day's
red
work.
meat. That'd be red meat.
Right.
The stegosaurus would be red meat. A big T-Rex would be red meat. A
Yep.
velociraptor would be red meat.
Okay.
I still
Okay,
think
I
a
reckon-
pterodactyl might be red meat.
Okay, so it's like if you saw a giraffe and it was off to work wearing a necktie.
That's red meat.
No, okay, forget about the red meat for a minute. Where would a giraffe wear a necktie?
Well, to an official function. I'm being obtuse, Brendan. Do you mean would it wear it at the top of its neck or at the bottom of its neck?
Yeah.
I think it'd wear it at the top of its neck under its chin.
No, because you don't wear a necktie under your chin.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Well, you.
No, look, see, if I do this up here, that's where it'll be at the bottom of my neck. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, no, I think it's made to be worn up around the face rather than the chest. What if who's a human with a very long neck? Naomi Campbell, say.
Hey, Naomi, does she wear a necktie?
No, but if she did, I know what you mean. It's probably worn with the collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
What
yes,
about
right.
this? If you were to put a pair of pants on a horse, is the waistband around the middle and the pants are just on the back two legs? Or do all four legs have pants and the belt goes halfway up their body?
It's all about the coverage of the genitalia. So it'll be all from the waistband, from the waist down. If a horse could walk on two legs, that's how it would wear its pants. What you're proposing is preposterous
Right.
because it can't happen.
It's all about modesty.
Well, yeah, it's all about modesty. So what would happen, and it also impractical as well. How is the horse? How is the horse? You know, if it jumps over a fence, something, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The bit in between. And at the local haberdashery, like tailors, it would kill them to make it because
You wouldn't. There's nothing actually. Even a belt would not hold it up.
And the
It'd
belt-
be like putting a belt around a potato.
and the belt, yeah, exactly. And also the back of the pant has to go over the horse's bum hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got the tail, which would pop out of the back of the pant. Your
So the pants make no sense. The pants would have to have an area for the toileting situation.
Yeah.
So it's really just to keep the nether regions hidden.
So if you think about an elephant, for example, and the only clothed elephants I can think of is
Baba.
Baba.
What does he wear?
Baba.
He's got a bow tie.
Yeah, and a suit. But he's a king. So he's the king of whatever the country he's from. I'm presuming some sort of African
But
country.
he's in a full suit.
He
That's
wears
different.
a full suit. But what I mean is the suit's not designed to wear halfway up. The suit, he's got pants around.
Like Captain Stubing.
Yeah. Yeah. And because elephants have very large penises.
Like Captain Stubing.
Baba's tailor,
Would have to work around it.
you have to work around it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be a big night on the faff.
I wonder if when animals are drawn in this way and putting on suits, anyone gives thought to the actual anatomy of an animal.
It's like you when you do your pelvic floor show.
Yeah, I'm not doing a pelvic floor
Has
show.
anyone got a pair of pants?
Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.
Down on the cutting room floor.
Well, it's only a few days ago that the world looked at Kanye and his wife on the red carpet at the Grammys and said, what the hell? What the hell? It seems that people are divided between being supportive, disturbed but supportive of the two, saying they are trying to do living art. It's an art installation. His curation of her look is an art installation. Other people are saying it's subversive, coercive control. You can see when she's standing on the carpet, he's the one whispering to her or telling her when to drop a coat. I read something this morning. Someone close to her, who knows whether this is made up or not, said that she was extremely nervous. That being nude in the great outdoors is one thing. On the red carpet, that's the stuff people have nightmares about, and she
Yeah.
actively did it. So I don't know how into this she is, but this is the repercussions of that. This is Kanye, has reportedly lost a $20 million deal, according to the Daily Mail. He signed a very lucrative deal to perform 2 shows at the Tokyo Dome in May. He's been living in Tokyo apparently for a year or so.
Really?
He's going to do 2 shows at the Tokyo Dome, and he's underestimated Tokyo's distaste for full public nudity. What a surprise. There's someone who has been quoted here saying, he's greatly misjudged the tolerance of the Japanese people towards these activities. He's not welcome anymore. And so they're thinking, it's looking like the investors will pull out from that deal.
Oh.
They said this is a big blow for him. He's been living in Japan for around a year now, almost full time. And I guess he didn't see it coming, interestingly, because we saw everything else.
We saw it all coming there. You might remember a few years ago, Hugh Hefner, Playboy Mansion boss, for his birthday, I think it was his 80th birthday, something like that, Pamela Anderson showed up. All these people are just standing around. The cake's there. Pamela just walks into the room totally naked.
Yeah, in high heels.
Yeah.
Gives him a cake.
Yeah, and Pamela just pulled it off, as it were, just walked straight into the room.
That's a private party.
I know, but still, it was still filmed. People saw it and people were just standing there, and there she is naked. She's comfortable with her nudity.
Well, interesting. I read how recently, like a couple of weeks ago, how she actually felt about that. I think,
okay.
And I can't remember what she said. That's useful, isn't it? Google it, Brendan.
How did
Google
she
the
feel about
pictures,
it?
Google the vision.
Okay, I'll Google it. Yeah,
Google it
hang on.
because that was a couple of years ago,
This is
and
for
she
research.
seems to. Well, no, don't Google that. Google how she feels about it now. Don't just Google the pictures from then, because that's of no use to us.
Anderson.
No, how she feels now about Hugh Hefner nudity.
She
I could watch you type all day. And feels now. Put your tongue about Hugh's nude when she walked in.
Hugh Hefner's
Party.
party.
And what's it say?
I'll just switch safe search off.
We're going to see an ad. What's it saying?
It says Hugh Hefner, watch the bedroom routine, sexual secrets, orgies, X-rated Hugh Hefner moment.
We're not getting any closer, are we?
I got to do some more research on this
Okay,
one.
we'll get back to you on that. But, there's a lot of interest into how Bianca Censori, eyes to me, Brendan, how Bianca Censori will feel years from now looking back at this role she has played, which looks terrified and terrifying.
The stuff you do when you're young is a lot different to, when you're older, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Pamela, just looking at that picture of her walking in now, see, she was younger then, and now she's a 50-something-year-old woman.
Yeah, who has morphed into wanting to take her acting more seriously, wanting to take her life more seriously.
And it's a bigger discussion for all these OnlyFans people, Bonnie Blue and Australia's most sexy, sexually active woman.
I've got a name.
And there's you. But all these people that do this when they're young, and they think, well, in years to come, how do you feel about that? How will you look back at yourself through that prism of hindsight?
But I don't think anyone can tell you that at the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, when I stripped off, I always feel that.
Oh, God, that's right. You stripped off, pretended it was for a good cause. You didn't even know there's a charity angle. We all saw the angle.
Who was it good for? Absolutely nobody. Now, excuse me, I've got to keep Googling this.
Oh, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Yeah. It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah. It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.
What's on the cutting room floor? Always some good pickings on a Friday.
Well, a couple of stories from Japan. It's no surprise that loneliness is a huge scourge in our societies. Mm-hmm. But it seems that a couple of examples here of what's going on in Japan, it seems that things are particularly hard for them. What about this? In Japan, you can hire a man to wipe your tears when you're watching movies. I mean, wiping your tears is one thing, but you can hire a man, an attractive man, it says, who offers you emotional support and sits beside you as you watch a movie. This is part of a unique therapy and companionship service. You can meet for coffee. Mm-hmm. You can ask them to accompany you in groups for good conversation or spiritual comfort, or sit beside you on the couch and watch a good weepy.
What about other comforts,
No, what?
Comforts of the...
Of the what? You're doing hand motions.
Yeah.
See, this is
comforts
the problem.
Of the flesh.
This is the problem, Brendan, is many women are looking for comfort that isn't just sexual. It may surprise you to hear that. Your thoughts go straight to sexual.
Not at all.
These people, and men and women, I imagine, are looking for a sense of community, a sense of commitment, not commitment so much as content. They're looking for a sense of community and a sense of connection that they're not getting. Doesn't mean sex necessarily. It means friendship, people to do things with, so you're not doing the stuff you like just on your own.
Yeah.
Which goes back to your point.
Well, I guess I'm a simple guy. I just like to ask the questions. But I suppose you just hire a sex worker, wouldn't you, really?
Is that what you'd do?
If I needed that.
And ask them to sit down and watch a weepy movie with you. What about this part of the story? In Japan, yohatsu refers to people who disappear due to pressures like failed marriages, debt, job loss. They abandon their lives and they live anonymously off the grid. There are even specialised companies called night movers that assist them in vanishing completely.
Yohatsu.
It's with a J, Johatsu.
Johatsu. I thought it was a brand of outboard motor.
Don't make that mistake. You think you're going to buy an outboard motor, suddenly you're living in Venezuela. And there's one more.
Oh, I love Japan stories.
This is a really sad one. A lot of elderly, particularly women in Japan, are struggling with loneliness. And they're choosing, a huge number of people are choosing to go to prison rather than live alone. They have found a huge sense of community in prison. There's a couple of examples here. CNN did a story on it. It's an 81-year-old inmate. She knows the burden of isolation and poverty. She's been to prison twice. She steals food deliberately to get caught. Yeah. And because that's her second offence, she's in prison. So she reoffends, so she'll end up back in prison where she has a band of friends in there who are doing similar things. So she found herself living off a very small pension. She said, I didn't have any friends and all of this, no family support or very little family support. So she now pays, she's now is in prison, and there are some people who will even pay to live in prison. They'll pay a small stipend to be in prison. There's a huge society of elderly women finding their community in a Japanese prison.
Can you hire someone to wipe away your teardrop tattoo?
It's an interesting prison story. It's like Midnight Express meets Driving Miss Daisy. A little bit from column A and a little bit from column B.
It's just a little bit too homoerotic for mine.
Elderly Japanese women.
No, the Midnight Express. Remember the bath scene?
I never actually saw it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
It's a great movie.
Is it? Well, it sounds like you've loved it.
No, it's great, but it is. I saw it when I was young.
Yeah.
And I probably can watch homosexual scenes. I'm probably better with watching it. But back then I was like,
Well,
ugh.
it's one of the first times you'd seen it.
Yeah. And it wasn't like full on graphic, but it was, the protagonist who was in the jail for the hash and then a Swiss backpacker and they're both in
They're
this.
both willing?
And yeah. It's like they just have a chemistry.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like one being attacked by the other.
No, it's not. It's quite, and that's the thing. It's quite a soft, romantic, if you will, scene.
Who wiped their tears away?
Well, if you've got a Japanese attractive man, that might be okay. Although I wouldn't say I would go into a prison now and then say I'm just here for the company because my skin's too soft. Quite
Guess where
frankly.
I've hidden the soap.
Okay, kids, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow for more Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.